Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our top stories. Debate on voting patterns sparks off a rowdy session at the National Conference in Abuja, forcing the chairman to adjourn sitting. 5 policemen and 3 civilians killed in a fresh attack by Boko Haram in Maiduguri, Borno State. CBN building in Lagos burns. Emergency services say the inferno started at the close of business. And relatives of victims of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 clash with police in Beijing. Now, a quick reminder to you that all our top stories are on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb. To get us on the move, please visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respected stores. Of course, you can also interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions to share your reports, pictures and videos. Well, speaking of some of those pictures, here are some of them that were sent in by our Eyewitness reporters today. Well, from Warri is a picture of an abandoned heap of sand, many heaps of sand at Okpara Waterside Street, Efron. This reporter says the sand dumped by the contractor is blocking vehicles from gaining access into the street. And from Osun State is this picture of pensioners in the state protesting over non-payment of their arrears at Olaya Junction in Osogbo. And finally, from Ikorodu here in Lagos are these alleged pickpockets in Ikorodu. Well, thanks a lot for sending in all your pictures, and we'd like to ask you to please keep them coming. Now, the Lagos office of the Central Bank of Nigeria caught fire this evening. The fire is said to have started around 5:40 p.m. and affected 5 offices on the 2nd floor of the building. The over 50-year-old building is located at Tinubu Square in the heart of Lagos Business District. It was used to serve as the bank's headquarters before its relocation to the nation's capital, Abuja. The CBN building is located directly opposite the Nigeria Stock Exchange on Customs Street on Lagos Island. Now, according to the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, the fire was caused by a power surge. It was also put out about an hour and 15 minutes after it started. All right, over now to Abuja. Here's Linda Akigbe. Linda.
Thank you, Joma, and welcome to the nation's capital. The Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nibu, has blamed the low power supply being experienced in the country on sabotage. Professor Nibu was speaking on the state of power supply in the country and explained that the damage of gas pipelines at several locations in the country has led to shutdown of over 2,000 megawatts of electricity. He added that the loss of transmission lines and low availability of water at the dams have also adversely affected power supply.
Inadequate supply of gas to the thermal gas power plants arising from recurring acts of vandalism on gas pipelines. The Transforcados is currently out, and this is another loss of 200 million standard cubic feet of gas, 200 million scuffs of gas, resulting to another 800 megawatts in power supply. The Alakiri on a LBVS was blasted just a couple of weeks ago, adversely impacting on gas supply to industries. There have been similar attacks on the Trans-Niger line with a loss of 120 million standard cubic feet of gas and a loss of about 500 megawatts from the AFAM 6 IPP. AFAM 6, that is supposed to be delivering over 600, is barely delivering about 100 megawatts. The temporary shutdown of the Chevron gas plant this month contributed to the low peak generation of about 2,672 recently. Other factors that recently impacted on service delivery in the sector include occasional loss of transmission lines and substations across the country.
The zonal leaders of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, have pledged their loyalty to the president of the association, Alhaji Aminu Abdul Kadir. At the end of the association's National Executive Council meeting in Abuja, the zonal leaders faulted the court judgment that ruled against the Alhaji Abdul Kadir leadership. The acting chairman of the Eastern Zone of the association, Mr. Chukwudi Ezinwa, explained that the association has a subsisting case at the Nasarawa State High Court, which recognizes the leadership. This is the expanded National Executive Council meeting of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. The association has been embroiled in leadership tussle. The zonal leaders pledged their support for the national leadership.
They are not going to divert our attention. Our problem is fuel crisis, and we are working towards that to make sure in the couple of some weeks, fuel crisis will be over throughout the whole Nigeria.
When we have a very sound constitution, which judge, a competent jurisdiction has taken standard, the constitution is okay. And then one person will go to one court, the same court, the same power, and go and sue president and others that they should vacate the seat. I don't think that person is doing the right thing to the whole nation.
In less than 2 months, we are holding election. And why all these things happen? Because all of us, we trust the current administration that they are doing well. They are even moving the IPMA to the next level, which every one of us can see by ourselves. But for the people that are causing roadside attraction, I think we need to tell them to wait and follow the due process.
The national president promised to continue to deliver on his promises to the association and vowed to ensure that there is adequate supply of petroleum products across the country.
Despite all odds, product will continue to be free and uninterrupted. We'll be having free flow of product across nooks and crannies of this country. It is our responsibility to ensure government and Nigerians that we will continue to do our best.
The meeting was attended by all the zonal heads of the association, and they all promised to work for the progress of the national leadership, whose tenure ends on May 27, 2014. Some reprieve have come the way of the residents of Diamond Estate in Lagos following the repair work carried out by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, to stop the seepage of premium motor spirits, PMS. Some residents of the estate last week raised an alarm over the recurrence of PMS flow in the area, prompting men from the PPMC arm of the NNPC to swiftly bring the situation under control.
The story of this estate dates back the year 2010. Located along Lasui Gondo Axis of Alimosho local government area, this middle-class residential area called Diamond Estate became prominent for its pipe running with PMS rather than water. All seemed well several years on following interface between residents and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation until last week when some visually impaired residents, for fear of inferno, raised alarm over another PMS seepage.
So this place like
it's all calm now, and their cries seem to have struck the right chord on the authorities concerned.
being examining the area now, we can see that
the work has been properly done. And the fuel that is spilling out has been stopped. And we're really grateful for his effort.
Even though we cannot see, we can smell the odor, you understand, in the environment. It has disappeared tremendously. I am very, 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 very happy with NNPC.
We are happy that gradually it's moving away from the estate. But like I said initially, we'll continue to plead on NNPC not to rest on their hours, to continue to assist us in managing the situation.
For residents of these 560 houses, the tale of PMS seeping through the underwater of their homes is something they want to leave permanently in their past. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Ijoma.
Linda, from the nation's capital in Abuja.